Okay, so I'm going to give my thoughts on Bollinger Bands. So let's go ahead and actually set up the Bollinger Bands. Indicators. Personally, I don't even use most of this stuff, but overall, I have used these before. I have a TDI indicator, but the Bollinger Bands, they're not a bad indicator. They help show the trends. They help show spikes in the markets. I mean, it's just another way to kind of analyze the direction of the market. When they expand, typically there's a breakout. When they condense, typically the market is just kind of ranging, not doing anything. And we'll try to, yeah, here's a better example. It seems like it does way better on the smaller time frames as far as showing what's going on. The more you move left, you just kind of see where. Okay, I'll start here and then just move forward. It condenses, and then it starts to expand. So from here, typically you can actually find your buy. But at the same time, it would be pretty short-lived, because at this point, it starts to condense again. It's kind of showing your M pattern. If you know your patterns, you find your second rejection candle here, and then it's just fine. You can actually trend down from here. So get to know your patterns, but at the same time, yes, it did condense here again, and then it started to expand again outside of the candlesticks, and then it started to trend downward and then expanded again because there was some more movement, more momentum, and then it dropped again. If you could have caught it at the second leg here, or the first. Either leg is perfect. And then it condensed here, pretty much telling you to stay out, and then expanded again, telling you that there are opportunities for it to rise, but at the same time it did kind of just stay expanded for a bit. So it's not as aggressive as the movements here, I should say. So the more you go through it and see, you kind of just see that how it ranges. There's not much movement, not much expansion. It just gets tighter and tighter and tighter. But at the same time, yes, it did expand again. But personally, if I didn't know my patterns, I probably would have stayed out, because it ranged for so long and it made it hard to see, unless I could go to a higher time frame and actually see what's going on. But overall, the Bollinger Bands just kind of help you to see the breakouts more. It helps you to see consolidation more. So if this is a tool that you want to use, you can do that, but ultimately, I prefer to use my TDI indicator. Alright, this is the TDI. You still have the combination of the Bollinger Bands, and it helps you to see the trends a bit better, in my opinion, compared to it being actually on the candlesticks. So with the TDI, everything still stays inside the bands, kind of like usual, but the difference here, yes, you look for more expansion and for it to condense still, but what you want to see more of is it going to break out of the band. Like, is this green line going to break out of the band? And and typically once it breaks out, that's an opportunity to buy. Like, if you lined it up here, you see there was a spike, and then it broke up. And then, no, there wasn't really a spike here, but it was seriously oversold. Well, not oversold, overbought. Why did I say that? But it was overbought. It broke outside of the band, and you had a hard push down, and it bounced right off of the yellow line. So what did it do here? It touched that yellow line and it bounced. Well, this wasn't on the yellow line, but around the time, if you lined it up, you would see that that's what it did around the same time. And then it broke up, hit a little resistance, and it kept going. It kept going. It trended for a while. It did do a little consolidate for a bit, which it got tight in these bands, and then started over time condensed a little bit, but the bands were still tight. So considering if you weren't in already, it would have been best for you to just kind of leave it alone. So, but yeah, it broke out here too. But at the same time, this is where you kind of look for reasons to buy. If it's still tight, if everything is still tight, even though it's oversold at this point, there's no pattern here. You don't see a pattern or anything, and it kept going down. But over here, it did spike hard, and it stayed within the band. But overall, that was more of a stop hunt. So it's kind of telling on itself, especially with being in the middle. It's in the middle of everything, so considering it's in the middle of everything, I would have stayed out to begin with. There is no real move. It just went down and up and kind of stayed in its range to the close of the market. So, but yeah, in this way, TDI is just much better because it shows you the trends. It does a better job at showing you where the spikes in the market are located, where the ranges are. It separates everything versus putting everything in one place. So, personally, Bollinger Bands are okay for some people. I mean, I know traders that have had success with Bollinger Bands, and they love the Bollinger Bands, but in my opinion, I just feel there's a better way of doing it without cluttering my entire charts. And even still, I can just kind of make it disappear anyways. But what do you think of the TDI? What do you think of the Bollinger Bands? What's your opinion? What's the indicator that's working for you? If you feel like this indicator is pretty cool, feel free to comment below your opinions. Comment an indicator that you enjoy, or comment a strategy or maybe some trading advice that you would like to share with the public. If you like this video overall, feel free to give it a like, share, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more information like this.